Hello and welcome into the Piles of Paragraphs creative space. I'm Lori and today we're going to work on the Roxy's weekly challenge for week 2. This one is book page pockets with hinged journal spots. Well, this is my second attempt at this video. The last one didn't turn out very well, but these are the little pockets that I made following Roxy Creations lead with Rachel's video, and I am happy with these. We'll make some new ones now, so I can show you how I did it. Okay. In Rachel's case, she used some very old book page. I have old book page, but not as old as what she had. So start off by folding up the bottom of our page. Take my rough tear off the top page here. I'll fold this over here. This will then be our hinge. So now we need to do a little bit of trimming. I'm gonna drag my basket a little closer. I'm gonna trim the corners, the top and bottom of the hinge, just so that we don't have any binding when we put this in our journal, or I think in my case I'll be using it for a happy mail. Something to include in happy mail. I do swaps with a few different groups throughout the year, and I always like to put a little happy mail in. Sometimes I struggle a bit at deciding what happy mail I should include. I tend to overthink it. So if I have pieces already made up and just ready to put in the envelope, it should make it a little bit easier for me. Okay, so we've trimmed those away. This is the bottom, this is the top. We are going to, using some old printing from long ago that I have a whole box of, and well, that's now my husband's office. It used to be my craft room, and is once in a while my craft room. Found this little glue stick at our local Daiso. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's kind of like a Japanese dollar store. And I thought it was kind of a good size. I'll give it a try and see. I like the fact that it's purple because then I know where I put it. Okay, got that. Okay. Now we'll need a little hinge or a little, probably like a little gusset for this side. Trim it off. We better have it a little bit short than too long. Let's see. Did I do that? Yeah, that's good. I'm going to take this and do my best to fold it in half. Now, that's not too bad. Scrap a paper there. Okay, I can't remember if Rachel put hers in this way or this way. I think it's fold against the hinge. At least that's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to trim a little bit more off that. It's a little bit too long. Let's see. I think for this part I will use my art glitter glue just because it is a little faster. See if we can do this without my fingers all full of glue. There will be some glue on my fingers at some point. There always is. At least I remembered to bring the baby wipes in, put them close close by. Did I decide folded edge against the hinge? Oh, heck. No. I think I'm going to change my mind if that's what I decided. I'm going to do the open end towards the hinge. Get that in there. Straight. Stick that part down there. Put the glue on our bottom edge here. I'm going to glue along this edge to help it. Okay, here we go. We get that somewhat straight. Ooh, what? There we go. I think we have a reasonably successful pocket. Oh, except I think that was the wrong way. Okay. If you want to see this done well and done right, please go over to Roxy Creations and watch Rachel do it. She's, yeah, see, shouldn't have second guessed myself. Okay, well, we have that one. Moderately successful. I think, too, since I'm using these for Happy Mail, I'm going to try to make one on a little bit bigger paper, although the topic of this particular book is not super happy. I believe the book was called The Warren Report, which looked at the assassination of President Kennedy. So, but I like the size of this page, so we'll ignore the topic of the text and work. I always like to have the numbers, if I can, be the hinge part. This, fold it up. This. Okay, let's make my little gusset piece here. See if I can cut it short enough the first try. Yeah, that's pretty good. Fold this in half this way. Okay, all the folding done. Before I start gluing, let's do our trimming. Yeah, let's do our trimming. I volunteer at a really wonderful place called the Art Resource Center, and it's resources for teachers and artists. It's just a fantastic place and it's a warehouse full of treasure. And somebody donated newspapers from the time of the Kennedy assassination yesterday when I was there. The lady that started the organization and keeps it running, Sherry, she was walking around asking everybody where they were when they found out that President Kennedy had been shot. And she didn't ask me, which is fine because I wasn't born yet. So I wouldn't have had a good answer for her. Okay, so everybody else's stories were very interesting, though. The memories are, of course, very vivid of that event. Okay, so we'll glue down the top. We should probably notch that a little bit more. Do not glue down the bottom. And I did that on a couple of ones when I was making my test pockets. I don't glue down the bottoms. Okay. Now, let's look at the one I did wrong. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, it is folded edge towards the hinge. Folded edge towards the hinge. It's still too long. We'll give it a little trim. Shoot little pieces of paper all over up here. Okay. I've made lots of pockets out of pages and book pages and paper and whatnot, but I hadn't ever made one quite like this. And Rachel always comes up with great ideas, and they're always really interesting. But I tell you, I have struggled a bit with this one. It's always a little bit of a challenge when you're used to making things that are your own ideas, and then you want to join in and make something the way somebody else made it. Your brain doesn't always follow along, or at least mine doesn't. Okay, got that there. We'll get our bottom edges glued to each other. Run a little bead of glue along this side to make sure everything closes up. This done. This side. Oh, get that lined up very well. Okay. I'll put a piece of washi tape over that, and that'll cover that right up. Okay, so this one is done. A little more glue at the top. And of course, making things and talking while you're doing it is something I'm still adjusting to. The folks that have been doing this a while really make it look easy, but it takes a bit of concentration, and it's, I won't say quite like walking and chewing gum at the same time, but it's kind of more like walking and chewing gum and patting your stomach or rubbing your stomach and patting your head. That thing they used to have us do when we were kids. There's a lot of things to pay attention to. Okay, well, there's our page. That turned out pretty well. Okay, so these are the two that we've gotten made. And now let's look at decorating them. Some fun stuff. One of the swaps that I alluded to earlier, one of my most recent ones was to make clusters. And I was really surprised at how much of a struggle it was for me to make a cluster. So I decided to challenge myself and make some clusters for this project. I thought, oh, those will fit nicely on the front of the book page pockets. Of course, since my first video I made didn't go well, I don't know what I did with them. I'll show you since I'm talking about them. This one was a cluster that I added, and then this is a metered postage mark from 1979 that I added to it in my little cluster. That's so funny. I thought I had them. Don't have them. Okay, we'll just do some real live collage now then. I've got lots of book page here we can use. Hopefully it's enough difference in color to be interesting. How's that? Oh, that's not bad. I know Rachel doesn't always like to use book page on book page, but I do love book page, and I want to cover up most of the words on this one, so let's put a few pieces down. Is that enough different? Very similar color. I think my taste in book pages must be rather narrow. I love all the different fonts and stuff, but I seem to always end up with book pages that are close to being the same color. This is a really old page. This is from one of Rachel's paper packs that I absolutely love. She has access to fantastic books in Italy. Fantastically old books that are just such a treat. Let's see. One more book page, maybe, or something else of interest. What I got here? Got a little bit of ledger. Let's add a little bit of ledger. This is 1943 ledger page. Let's see. That's very blendy, isn't it? All those things together are very, very blendy. Got a stash of scraps over here to the left that I use for when I'm making my different videos. This is text, but not book page. Oh yeah, let's try that. And then this cool book page from Rachel's packs. And try. Let's see, what do I have in here? Some numbers. This is from a map book, I think. A map book, not a math book. Yeah. Okay. And then focal image. Let's see. Here's a bigger one. Is that better? Yeah, I like that one. Okay, let's go forward with that so you guys just don't have to watch me fumble around. So I have all these little scraps of scrapbook paper and other little paper cardstock and all kinds of stuff from kits that I made at one point in time and used to sell in my Etsy shop. And I was going through all my stash and still had some of the kits bits together. So I thought, oh, now it is time to move the kit bits onto what I'm doing now, which is improving my collage skills, hopefully, and hopefully improving my video making skills. I did say I was going to get a piece of washi tape. Okay, I'll do that after. Okay. Go with put this on here. Okay. Oh, I do always promise that I'm going to have more stories to tell you. One of my friends in the collage group said that I should talk more about my kitties because there's a lot of people that love animals. Oh, maybe this side's better. Better. I do like the numbers. So, yes, I have. We have 3 kitties. Our girl kitty, and we call her Debbie. Generally, we've named cats after television detectives. And when Debbie was a little tiny thing, I wasn't sure she was a boy cat or a girl cat. And I kind of thought she was a boy cat because she was very adventurous. And she's part of a feral cat colony. And so she decided that she didn't really want to be a feral cat, and she kind of liked my husband and I, so she decided she'd let us adopt her. So we have adopted Endeavor, and then found out that she was a girl kitty. So we call her Debbie most of the time, unless she's doing something I don't want her to do, and I call her Endeavor, and she doesn't care one way or another. She knows her name to be Debbie, and that's what she answers to. Okay, put that on there. Our other two kitties are boy kitties, and they're also from the feral cat litter. They were abandoned by their mama cat, but my husband and I decided we would see if we could rescue them. So we brought them in to live with us when they were about a day old, maybe. Little tiny guys, closed ears, closed eyes, little bitties. And they are Sid and Bunty from Father Brown, if anybody watches that show. We also thought Bunty was a girl when he first came to live with us. The vet told us that Bunty was a girl. Bunty's not a girl. Bunty's a boy kitty. And he's a beautiful boy kitty. He's a black, white kitty. And he thinks my husband is the greatest human ever. Or possibly a different shaped cat. I think he's cat. As he fed Bunty and Sid both. He did the overnight feedings when we first got them. Okay, there's one side. Let's see, what have I got to cover up this side? It's because I don't like the text. Oh my God. This is kind of fun paper. Is this going to be the right side? Oh, wow. That's just pretty much meant to be. There's a torn edge on this side. But, they're fun kitties. As anyone who has pets knows, or kids too, I think. I don't know firsthand on that, but such different personalities. So very, very different. I thought maybe I'd be able to talk them into being on video cats, but I have not succeeded in that particular pursuit. Okay. Oh, I switch this around because now I have the back as the front and the front is the back. Oh, the struggle is real. Okay. Now when I use this for my happy mail, I'll probably make a card to go inside, write a little note. I often send postage stamps as part of my swap happy mail. I don't always, but I have a lot of postage stamps, and I like to share them. And, generally speaking, a few postage stamps won't cause anybody to have too much stuff in their stash or overwhelm them. Okay, so I think what I'll probably do is when I send the postage stamp, I make a little folded piece of cardstock and put vellum strips in, put the stamps in there, so I can hinge that onto this, and off it goes. Okay, go. This one, so let's make sure I remember what's the front, what's the back. This is the front. This one came from my local charity shop and was, I think it's a novel written in Japanese. And I was absolutely thrilled to find it because I just love the edging, the color, the aging on the edge. There we go. And the font. I think maybe I'll go simple with this one. Oh, anything else? Some other washi tape, maybe. If I don't use my washi tape, I will have it forever. In addition to working on improving my collage skills and my video making skills, I'm hoping to use up a lot of the supplies that I've accumulated, because I like to shop for vintage things and stuff that I can use to make the journals, the handmade journals that I make, or junk journals sometimes, more interesting. We need something right there. Let's see. Put this little piece of book page. Is that too close to the same color? It's a little bit too close to the same color. Let's see. Lots of things all almost exactly that same color. Huh. This is a different color, but it's too similar to the flowers. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Be a piece of this. These are pages out of an agriculture book that I found at one of our favorite used bookstores. I think I'm going to have to use the ruler for this. That's a little too crooked. A little too crooked. There we go. Let's put a row of numbers down here. Let's see. What do we think of this? I like that. That'll work. Okay, this is really fragile paper, so I think I'll do a little art glitter glue on here. The bookstore that I mentioned has a couple of racks of books out on the sidewalk in front of the shop, and it's their $3 last chance for the books space, and I love to go through there and rescue books with interesting pages and interesting covers to remake into journals and journal pages and happy mail and all that kind of fun stuff. It's an amazing bookstore. The man that has it has a really great eye for finding wonderful things, and he's been in business for a long time, so he's a lot of contacts, and a lot of people know about him, and they get some really cool things. Really cool things. Okay, so let's see on this one. I don't really want to cover up the text on this one. Let's see. What do I have? There we go. This is the paper I wanted to use on this one. Not vintage paper, but I do love graph paper. This is fold. insert. Save that little piece for a future collage. Let's see, so I want it to hinge here and open there, so you can still see that right on the back. I think that's how I want to do it. So once again, if you want to see this project done really super well, go over to Roxy Creations YouTube channel and watch Rachel do it. I think you'll enjoy it. I know I always enjoy her projects, and I'm excited about following along on Roxy's challenge this year. I'm trying to keep up week to week and make things like she makes, and repurpose them for what I want them for. That'll be a nice little piece of happy mail. Okay, let's revisit this little one. Got this little bit bigger one. I'll also give this a try with some calendar pages. I got a ton of calendars. My sister gets calendars, a large number of calendars in the mail every year, and she gives them to me to repurpose. So these are the little tiny ones that I made before, with the writing space on the back, and the postage stamps. Let's see. Yeah. Hopefully that was all pretty well within the viewing area. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye.